good morning. Wow, I'm being super authentic. This is me without contacts in, without any of my sunscreen on. This is kind of crazy seeing myself with glasses on in these videos. I don't think I've worn glasses in any of my vlogs, but good morning. It is the morning. I obviously am disheveled. I have not gotten up and gotten ready yet, but I got my Earl Grey tea. I've been doing tea a lot more frequently in the morning versus coffee, just because I feel like I really want to reduce my caffeine intake. I feel like it definitely is a little bit more anxiety provoking than, especially over time. I think I can have coffee occasionally and it's not like too bad on me, like my anxiety or stress or anything like that. But I definitely want to just sort of like lower the amount of caffeine I've been doing. So I've been doing black tea recently. I really like the Rishi brand of black tea. I think I showed you in the vlog earlier in this video, but the Rishi I think is organic and they just have really good teas. I like their herbal teas too. The lavender mint is so good. But I did Earl Grey this morning. I also have English breakfast, which I tend to do every morning the past couple of weeks actually. So, and with coffee occasionally, like on the weekends or for travel or, you know, for fun, a cup of black coffee. But yeah, I don't drink anything in my tea. I don't put anything in it like honey or sweetener or anything like that. I just drink it pure as nature intended. I really like Earl Grey. I feel like that divides a lot of people. The oil of bergamot, that flavor is kind of strong for a lot of people and they don't really like it, but I like it. I think there is some I think there might be some there's like some anxiolytic capabilities of like benefits of oil of bergamot. So maybe that helps. Also, the fun fact about tea, in addition to its potential anti-aging properties, by, inhibiting those matrix metalloproteinases, black tea, well, Camellia sinensis, it contains a good amount of theanine, which is an amino acid, and that can cross the blood-brain barrier and sort of counteract the effects of the caffeine by helping your body and your mind to relax. So coffee doesn't have that. So you're just getting that excitement, that excited nervous system. And I think people with anxiety probably shouldn't really, I don't know, do what you will. But I'm not a doctor. I think just for me, I feel like, especially when it comes to anti-aging, your anxiety, when you heighten your anxiety and your stress levels, even, just by stimulants like coffee or caffeine, like energy drinks, things like that are high in caffeine and they don't have anything to counteract that caffeine like tea, I think that can definitely contribute to sort of degradation and negative effects on cells and on the body, and definitely the skin and the hair. I think definitely stress contributes to, and anxiety contributes to the premature gray hair, as well as it definitely has effects on skin quality that's been documented. So, I definitely am trying to lately do what I can to reduce those stimulants and really work on, I think anti-aging is so multifaceted. I'm really engaged, I think, in definitely making sure that I am doing things intentionally and that I'm understanding how my body reacts to things, especially caffeine and other stimulants. And I'm, exercising and doing deep breathing and meditating and, lowering my caffeine and even lowering to some degree the chocolate that I eat, just because that has caffeine in it as well, even though I love chocolate and that has anti-aging benefits. But just, doing what I can. And I think tea is definitely one of the steps that I've been really enjoying lately. Just drinking a cup of black tea in the morning. I definitely really enjoy that. So I'm going to sip on this and then I'm going to, I think, put my sunscreen on. I'm going to do my morning routine, my simple morning routine. And then I think Jacob and I are going to go out for a walk. But hello. Okay, I'm back in the bathroom. I don't know why I said I'm back because this is my first time in here. But I brought my tea with me. I don't know how you feel about bringing drinks into the bathroom with you, but I love sipping on something when I'm doing my skincare routine. So I'm doing my morning skincare. I am going to wash my face. I don't wash my face every morning, but I just felt like it this morning. I'm going to do the Vanny Cream Gentle Facial Cleanser. I'm going to use this up, but I want to get back to using the CeraVe Hydrating Cleanser because I really like that in terms of just improving the overall hydration of my skin over time. And then I'm just gonna follow up with the Vanny Cream, not sponsored by Vanny Cream, by the way, this video, but the Vanny Cream Gentle Facial Moisturizer. I really, really like this moisturizer, especially during the day. It's actually called the Daily Facial Moisturizer, just because I can put sunscreen over it easily whenever it dries down, and it's not like super occlusive, but it's occlusive enough to maintain that moisture. It has a great deal of ceramides in here. I've already extolled the benefits of, or my love for Vanny Cream and the facial moisturizer in particular. I haven't used all of their products, but I do like this product quite a bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and do these two, and then I will meet you in just a second. Okay, I just got done washing my face, and you can see that it's pretty damp. I'm gonna go ahead and use the facial moisturizer, the Vanny Cream Daily Facial Moisturizer, put it on to damp skin. I do this with all my moisturizers typically, because when you apply moisturizer and serums to damp skin, the wetness, the dampness enhances that penetration of any active ingredients. Like for instance, for the moisturizer, I definitely want to enhance that penetration of the ceramides, hopefully get that in and do its moisturizing work. And also whenever you put moisturizer, especially like an occlusive moisturizer onto damp skin, it really traps that moisture into your skin and prevents it from evaporating. It's great for people, well, it's great for me. Like I tend to be on the drier side, and whenever I do that technique of applying a moisturizer, an occlusive moisturizer to damp skin right after I cleanse, it really helps to create hydration, like long-lasting hydration for hours and hours to come, especially during the night. Like during the night, you definitely lose a lot of moisture. So I always try to make sure I put it onto damp skin on my face. That being said, it takes a while for it to dry down before I can put my sunscreen on. So I have the moisturizer on. I'm gonna let it dry down a little bit, and then I'm gonna go ahead and apply my mineral moisturizer. Mineral sunscreen moisturizer. The mineral sunscreen that I'm going to be using today is the Mineral Cream by MD Solar Sciences, SPF of 50. This is a zinc oxide and titanium dioxide sunscreen. Very, very moisturizing. It has a little bit of iron oxides in here to sort of tone down that white cast, but not enough. So I'm going to follow up with the tinted version, the SPF of 30, but I have to wait until my face dries down completely, just because it will definitely pill and will not provide a sufficient coverage or protection. So I'm gonna let this dry down, and then I'm gonna come back and put on the sunscreen. Okay, so I've gone ahead and put my UPF 50 hoodie on, and I think it's dried down sufficiently enough. I forgot to mention that sometimes, usually in the morning if I wash my face, and at night, I will apply the Timeless CoQ10 serum that I really, really enjoy. This has CoQ10, coenzyme Q10. Our skin naturally has CoQ10 in it, and it helps to protect against UV and pollutants in the environment. Over time, though, that declines, so replenishing it on damp skin is really, really helpful in a serum vehicle. And it also has hyaluronic acid, great for moisturizing and just plumping up the skin. And I think it has matrixyl. Matrixyl can help to, it has been shown in clinical studies and clinical trials to improve collagen synthesis in the skin. So maybe that helps too. So great anti-aging serum, I highly recommend. I reviewed this on my channel like 3 years ago or something, so check out that review. I go more in depth in terms of what is actually involved and included in matrixyl. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and apply my sunscreen. Like I said, I'm using the MD Solar Sciences mineral sunscreens. I'm using the non-tinted version and the tinted version. The non-tinted is SPF of 50, tinted is SPF of 30. And what I've been doing lately is I've been applying a very thin layer of the non-tinted, because even though the MD Solar Sciences does a really good job at having a non-tinted sunscreen that is not super casty, it still is a little casty. So I have to really be mindful of putting on a thin layer to start and then going from there. As you can see, it's not super casty, but you can see, I don't know if you can see the contrast between my face and my neck, because I haven't applied anything on my neck yet. I'm just gonna apply a thin layer on my neck. Definitely can't forget that. It's very fragile down there, so making sure I have even coverage throughout, and the back of the neck too. Just because I feel like I often neglect the back of my neck, so I need to start doing that more often. In the winter, I'll use like an SPF or UPF 50 scarf for my neck. In the summer, it's just not super bearable in the heat. Okay, so in terms of the tinted sunscreen, I use a very, very small amount. And I'll show you. It's like, oh, sorry. It's like this much. Can you see? It's very little. And I will apply it, I'll just dot it around my face. And this will be sufficient to provide just a camouflage effect on the cast, the white cast, while providing a little bit of protection against the, I'm gonna add just a little bit more, against like UV visible light, because it has iron oxides in it. But really what I'm going after is the camouflage effect. And if it has a little bit of a boost, then that's great too, in terms of its protective qualities. Okay, I think that helps a little bit, quite a bit actually. And then once it dries down, it definitely looks a lot better. But I think it looks pretty good as it is, you know, freshly painted on my face. You probably noticed I didn't put any on my forehead just because it always gets into my hair because I wear like bangs on my forehead. And I don't appreciate that just because when I wear hats, it gets into my hair and it makes it super greasy. And anyway, when I go outside, I wear a hat and that completely covers it up, a UPF 50 hat, and that completely covers my forehead up. And then I don't get it all in my hair. And then during the day, like if I'm inside, my hair is covering my forehead anyway, and I'm not getting much UV anyway. So I sort of rationalize that. And I dab a little bit on my eyelids, but I always wear sunglasses, UV protective sunglasses, so I think that's fine too. Just because it gets into my contact and it smudges on my contact, if I change my contacts, it gives me a headache. Very intentional when it comes to my sunscreen application. I definitely found what works for me. I'm gonna go ahead and do my neck with that tinted sunscreen. The tinted, just a very, very thin layer of that tinted, so I can have an even coverage throughout. And again, getting those iron oxides. Iron oxides definitely have been shown to be helpful for protecting against visible light. Visible light can induce free radicals in the skin, oxidation, contribute to the pathophysiology of skin aging, so definitely important to have a means of protecting the skin against that. The sun is really the largest source of visible light. UVA, visible light, UVB to a certain extent as well, all contribute, and you definitely have to protect your skin from that. Also gotta get my ears, and behind the ears, that's often neglected as well. Okay, there you go. Now I have a bunch of sunscreen on my lips because I don't bring in my lips usually, so what I do with that is just use like this thing of Vaseline, and I put this on my lips and wipe away the sunscreen, and then whenever I go out, I'll put on like a lip protectant that has SPF in it. I just take a Kleenex and there we go. Looks good. All right, and there you have it. My hair has been dried sufficiently, and it's about 5 minutes after I did the application of both sunscreens, and I think it looks pretty good. I think it definitely camouflages very well. You can't really tell that there's a significant white cast. I do like the MD Solar Sciences. I like these two together, the SPF 50 non-tinted and the SPF 30 tinted as just like the base layer and the top coat respectively. It's just thin layers, but make sure I have sufficient quantities to protect my skin to reach that SPF on the label. But yeah, I think it looks pretty good, and I think that it camouflages quite well, and I think I'm gonna stick to this routine, this regimen that I found that really works for me. And that's really one of the barriers to mineral sunscreen for a lot of people, is that they can't really find something that works for them. But I think just, you know, experimenting with different formulations and having different top coats that you can apply, especially, you know, depending upon your skin tone, is definitely important. I think just play around with it, because I really like mineral sunscreen. It doesn't burn my eyes, doesn't get into like causes like those allergic reactions that I get with especially US chemical sunscreens, and I definitely feel cleaner when I use minerals. I don't know. I mean, minerals are chemicals too technically, but anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go, I guess, go downstairs, get some water, and then go for a walk. Have my UPF 50 hat on, UV sunglasses. I think the UV rating right now is 5. I brought my half-gallon water, and I'm ready for some exercise. Actually is a beautiful day today. It's 73 degrees, sunny, a little breezy, not too much, not like yesterday. It's also a little smoky too. I think the wildfires from Canada are still sort of blowing in. I really like this neighborhood because of every house is different in terms of like the landscaping and also the architecture, but I'm really liking like all the lush trees to provide a good deal of canopy and tree cover. I really like the shadiness of a lot of these houses. Okay, I just got done having another Rishi tea. It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I had my lunch like a couple hours ago doing some computer work, and yeah, I got another Rishi tea. I think I got the lavender mint tea I was telling you about earlier. Yeah, this is the one that I have. You can see my collection, but this is the lavender mint. This one is really good. It's caffeine-free, herbal. It has some sort of like sweetness to it, but there's no sweetener. It's just peppermint, sage, licorice root, lavender, and lavender extract. I think it's the lavender. It's like the combination of lavender and licorice that really brings out a sort of like almost sweet flavor. Yeah, but definitely one of my favorite teas. There's a huge tea collection here. So I have my Tulsi Rose. This is actually pretty good, herbal. Tulsi, I think there is one with ashwagandha that I have. Ashwagandha is good at increasing catalase levels, which is an enzyme, antioxidant enzyme that does reduce hydrogen peroxide in the body, reduces oxidation in the body, that contributes to skin aging and gray hair as well. So not saying that that's going to reverse gray hair, but maybe good at prevention. And I have another Rishi that's chamomile. I like this one. This is my chamomile and lavender. This one's actually pretty good. It helps to relax me at night. I have a lot of the Tulsi. Another good Tulsi is the Tulsi Sleep. This one is holy basil. Tulsi is holy basil, but it also has chamomile, peppermint, ashwagandha, and some stevia. It's not super sweet though, despite having the stevia, but it's very, very delicious. Sometimes I drink it during the day, like a couple of cups a day. But yeah, I really, really highly recommend, if you like herbal tea, if you like lavender and mint, check out the Rishi Organic Lavender Mint Tea. I'll leave a link down below if you want to check it out, an affiliate link down below if you want to check it out. But I think it comes with, how many sachets? 15. It definitely lasts quite a long while. I get it at Whole Foods or Amazon. Great brand. But anyway, lavender and mint have an incredible amount of antioxidants. Lavender is also an anxiolytic, which means it may help to support a reduction in anxiety and help have with some like adaptogen quality, so you can sort of adapt to stressful environments easily. I like that because, again, like I said previously, in terms of anti-aging, you definitely want to have some sort of other interventions, if you will, nutritional interventions, physical exercise, meditation, things like that, that you are doing on a regular basis that will contribute to reducing that anxiety. Because anxiety, mental, psychological stress definitely increases oxidative stress in the body and the skin and the hair and just the overall body and your cells and everything like that. So you definitely want to do things that you can to promote relaxation. Even if you do drink coffee, doing other things like during the day, like physical exercise, mental exercise, meditation. For me, herbal teas like lavender, calming herbal caffeine-free teas, lavender, holy basil, tulsi, ashwagandha, chamomile, peppermint, things like that can be very, very helpful. And also for me, replacing my coffee intake every day with tea and just having coffee occasionally has been really, really helpful in helping me to just have a more even sort of like good mental clarity and relaxation level. So that's been really helpful for me. I also use this sometimes, the magnesium powder fizz from Whole Foods. This is sweetened with stevia, I believe. And yeah, stevia. And this is great for relaxation for some people. I don't really find that it relaxes me. I just drink it for the taste and as well as to get my magnesium levels to a good degree. Day-to-day basis, I'm not always eating things that contain high amounts of magnesium. It's kind of hard to get. A lot of people seem to be deficient in magnesium, so I supplement with this sometimes. And I like the taste. I used to use the Calm magnesium powder and I ran out of that, so I'm just using this because I also had this on hand. I'll use this up until I can get more Calm. I think I like the Calm better than the store brand of magnesium, but it's okay. I don't really notice this huge difference other than, maybe my magnesium levels are in healthy ranges. But anyway, yeah, some people find that this helps them to relax, especially in the evening. Jacob and I are in the process of cooking dinner. I am making baked trout for my omega-3s, and We have some roasted cauliflower in the oven, and is that it? Cauliflower and fish. Yum. All right, there we have it. Jacob's scallops and cauliflower. It's very Christmassy color.
That's such an embarrassing
with the
job.
red and green. Yeah, it is embarrassing.
I didn't know you were filming.
I am filming. And there's my cauliflower with my trout. But that definitely is like Christmas color with the red and green. Looks good. I just got done eating dinner and I think we're gonna go for a walk in just a minute. But I'm gonna go ahead and end the vlog here. Thank you for tagging along today. I know it was sort of like all over the place in terms of the topics, but thank you for exploring, you know, my favorite teas with me. It was kind of like show and tell being back in first grade, but we're gonna go ahead and go for a walk. I hope you had fun. I hope you had a good time. If you like this video, please hit that like button down below. It really helps me and my channel, and I really appreciate it. And thank you for joining me. Definitely stick around, hit that subscribe button as well. I'd love to have you here for future videos. And in the meantime, I hope you have a good one. See you later. Bye.